The first thing I would like you to do is place your circle tracer on your white piece of paper. You want to make sure your circle is on your paper, not hanging off. You also want to make sure that your circle is on the white paper, but there's room at the top. This is because we're going to add cat ears. Once your circle is on your white paper and close to the bottom, you're going to take your hand and hold it down. Then you're going to pick up your pencil and standing nice and tall right next to the tracer, you're going to trace around the circle. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm drawing on the white paper, not on the circle. So right next to the circle, I'm going to trace carefully and slowly around the circle. Up, when I hit my hand, I'm going to leave this hand down, and I'm going to take my pencil and jump over my hand and finish tracing the circle carefully. Then I'm going to pick up the circle tracer and you will see a circle. The next thing that I'm going to do is Mrs. Air is going to come around and draw two curves, just like this. When those curves are on your paper, then you're going to take your pencil and connect the line with a curve that goes the other way. So Mrs. Air is going to draw two rainbow curves. Then you're going to make two curves going the other way. So it almost looks like a football or a lemon shape, or in this case, a cat eye. The next step is going to be to inside those lemon shapes to make a circle or an oval and a dot. It can be a big dot, it could be a small dot, it's up to you. This is your cat portrait. Then I'm going to do it the same thing on the other eye, a circle and a dot. The next step is we are going to be making the nose of the cat portrait. And if you remember from Paul Klee cat portrait, the nose of the cat is a heart because he loves cats so much. So what we're going to do is make a nose in the middle of the circle and we're going to make it a heart. To make a heart, if you're not sure, you just make a lowercase m and a lowercase v, and you put them together. So if I have an M and a V underneath that, I have a heart. So the next step is to create a heart. It's okay if it's bigger than mine. It's okay if it's smaller. I'm making two bumps like a lowercase m, and then I'm making the V. The next step is to make the cat's mouth. We have the eyes, the nose. Now we're going to make the mouth. Underneath that heart, right at the little point of the V, you're going to make a straight line all the way to to the circle. So I'm going to make one straight line down, and then another straight line down. That's going to be the cat's mouth. We have eyes, nose, and mouth. The next step is to go all the way up to the top and make the ears. So I'm going to bring my pencil way up here close to the edge, and I'm going to make a line down like a capital A. Then I'm going to go back to that point and make another line down. So it is a triangle shape. Nice and big. So again, I'm going to move it over for the next ear, right up by the edge. I'm going to make a straight line down like a capital A diagonal, and back to the top and another straight line. I have two big cat ears. I'm going to make two small triangles inside. So inside the triangle, I'm going to make a straight line to the circle, back up, straight line to the circle. I have ears, eyes, nose, mouth. There's one last thing I need, and that is whiskers. So the next step is to make 1, 2, 3 lines, and 1, 2, 3 lines. Now that my drawing is finished, I'm going to get out my crayons. Inside your crayons, I would like you to get out a white crayon. Now this might seem very silly because you have a white paper, but you are going to color with the white crayon, which is going to be a challenge, the white part of the eye. Now the white part of the cat eye is inside that lemon or football shape. I'm going to color white, not the circle, but right next to the circle, inside the eye. So very carefully, and I know it's hard to see, you're going to color white inside the football on one side of the circle. Then I'm going to do it again on the other side of the circle. Now this might seem silly to do because you have white paper, but there's a reason why. Then I'm going to do my next eye. White inside the eye and white inside the eye. After I'm done coloring the white eye, I'm going to put my white crayon back in the box. The next step is to pick any color you'd like for the circle part of the eye. We did right around the circle. Now we're going to do the circle part. I'm going to do green, but you can do whatever color you want. Very carefully, I'm tracing my circle, and then I'm carefully coloring in my circle, making sure I color in the whole circle so that there are no white spots. I'm going to trace my circle, and then I'm going to color it in. Oops, I don't think I did a great job there. This one is colored in. This one is scribble-dibble. That's okay if I made a mistake. I'm going to try again. Really taking my time and coloring in that whole circle. There, that looks much better. Then I'm going to put the color that I used away and pick a new color for the nose. I think I'm going to do it red because it is a heart. But you can use whatever color you want. Maybe your nose is brown. Maybe your nose is purple. Again, I'm tracing on the pencil line. Then I'm going to carefully color inside the nose. Remember, take your time. Do your best art. When my heart is all colored in, I'm going to put my crayon away. Now, boys and girls, if you notice, I haven't colored anything else. I have not colored in the face, only the eyes and the nose. The next thing I'm going to do is pick a new color for the insides of the ears. The little triangle, not the big triangle, just the little triangle. So again, it can be whatever color you want, but I'm going to trace the little triangle and carefully color in the triangle. I'm going to trace the triangle and carefully color in the triangle. Then I'm going to take the black crayon. And with the black crayon, I'm going to finish with the crayons by tracing around the cat. I'm also going to be tracing everything I drew. So anything I drew with pencil is now going to be black crayon. I'm not coloring in, I'm just tracing. So that means I very carefully, just like a car on a road, staying on that line, tracing the triangle, tracing the small triangle, tracing the big triangle, tracing all the way around the circle, taking my time to do my best art. Tracing the nose, tracing the mouth, tracing the eye, and the dot. Tracing the eye. Already you can see the cat is starting to really look like a real cat. Coloring in that black dot. And finally, I can't forget my whiskers. When I'm all done tracing, then I'm ready to add even more color. But I'm not going to be coloring with crayon, so I'm going to put my crayon away and get ready for the next step.